classes, the junior classes, whether you are in 7th and 8th, you studied the chapter triangles, and also you know that among the plane figures, you have circle, triangle, quadrilateral, all these are plane figures only. So among them we have polygons, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, they are all polygons. The polygon which is having the least number of sides, is triangle. So now let us learn something related to triangle. So triangle, it's what's a plane figure formed by the intersection of three line segments. It's a plane figure formed by the intersection of three lines. Intersection of three lines. So if I take one second, I am going to draw the triangle. You can see here three line segments. You can call this as ABC. It's a plane figure formed by the intersection of the three lines. Okay. So tri means triangle, tri means three. In triangle we have two words. Triangle. So this tri means it is three. So angles, three angles. We have three angles here. So one is angle A, here the interior angle. The other one is angle B. Look at the diagram. This is angle B. Then the third one is angle C. We have three interior angles. So this triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, we have three line segments. What are the line segments? One is AB, other one is BC, the next one is CA. So we have three line segments. And we have three angles also. Interior angles. Three angles are angle A, angle B, angle C. So angle A we can represent it another way, angle BAC. You can write angle BAC or CAB. Angle B also we can represent it, you can write it as angle ABC or CBA. Then this one, last one is ACB or BCA. In any one of these methods you can represent these angles. Okay. So here it has three vertices. Vertices are the points of intersection of the line segment here. So vertex A, vertex B, vertex C. Three vertices are there. Vertices is the plural form of vertex. We have three vertices, three angles, and three line segment. So you have studied so many properties related to the triangles. You have learned already the congruence of triangles in the lower classes. So in this class we are going to learn in detail what is the meaning of congruence of triangles, and also some of the properties of triangles. We are going to learn some properties and also some properties related to inequalities related to the triangles. Okay. So these are the things, inequalities in triangles. These are the things we are going to learn in this chapter. So let us recall what is the meaning of congruence, congruent figures. Since you have studied in class 7th and 8th also, what is the meaning of congruence of triangles? So let us understand what is the meaning of congruence of plane figure. You can select some diagrams. See, now I have taken two diagrams. Look at the diagram. They are equal in all respect, equal in size, but it is now you can see here both are one and the same. These two figures are called as congruent. These two figures are congruent. Look at this diagram. Because congruent, they have the same shape and the same size. So these type of figures are called as congruent figures. Two figures are said to be congruent only if they have the same shape and same size. Then we call them as congruent figures in all respect. Suppose if I take another diagram, or if I reduce this diagram, if I reduce the size of this diagram, then they will not be congruent. I will take two figures, another figure, one more diagram I will take. Now tell me whether these two maps are congruent or not. Then you call them as
No,
congruent.
no,
sir, they are not
Why they are not
No, sir.
congruent?
non-congruent.
Sir, because they do
Because
not
they are
have
not
the same
same
shape.
shape and
They
same
don't have the
size.
same
Not
shape.
have shape and same size.
Same shape and same size are not there. Now let me take one more diagram. So these two are congruent because they have the same shape. Now here I am finding it difficult to reduce this size here. Now how to reduce the size here? Reducing the size here, not possible. Okay, good. Now you can see now whether these two figures are congruent or not.
No, sir.
Why they are not
No,
congruent?
sir, they are
Sir,
not.
they do not
No,
have the
sir.
same
Sir,
size.
Because they
Sir,
have
because
different
same
sizes.
same
Whether
same
these two
shape and
diagrams
same
are
size.
having same shape or
different
not.
size.
Same shape. Both have same shape. Okay, this is satisfied. Condition one satisfied. Second condition, same size. Are they having same size?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No,
So
sir.
no.
No, sir.
Since they are not having the same size, so they are not congruent. They are not congruent. See, two figures are said to be congruent if they have the same shape and same size. Then only we can call them as congruent figures. Is it clear to all of you? What is the meaning of congruency?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now let
sir.
us come to the geometrical figures. I am going to select some of the shapes here. Can you tell me whether these two squares are looking congruent or not?
Yes, sir.
They have both same
Yes, sir.
size and shape, sir.
One more diagram, look at this. This is one square, then another square. Look at this. These two are two squares. Tell me whether these two. Okay, 1 second.
ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾರೆ.
Tell me whether these two are congruent or not. Second type.
No, sir. Sir, they are not congruent.
No, sir. No, sir.
These two are not congruent. So these two are not congruent. Here they are congruent. So these two have the same shape and same size. Both are the same shape and same size. Look at these two squares. They have the shape same but different size. Okay. So bigger squares having the same shape and same size, then we call that the squares are congruent. So I'm going to take another one. This is one triangle. See, both having the same shape, equilateral triangles. Both the diagrams are equilateral triangles. So all equilateral triangles. 1 second. So these are all equilateral triangles. Here triangle A, B, C and P, Q, R. The sides are equal. Let us say it is 5.2 centimeter, 5.2 centimeter. This is also 5.2 centimeter, and this is also 5.2 centimeter. All the edges you can see 5.2 centimeters only, and you can see the angles. This is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, and 60 degree. So angles are also equal 60 degree. Okay. So both the figures are, we call them as congruent. Why we call them as congruent? If I place this triangle one over the other, if I place this triangle one over the other, both will coincide. So triangle ABC will coincide with the triangle PQR. Both the triangles will coincide. If I keep PQR over ABC, both will coincide. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Take this PQR and place it on triangle ABC. Every edge and vertex or angles, everything will coincide each other. So that means they have the same shape and same size. Such triangles are called as congruent triangles. So you can define like this. The definition of congruency like this. So when we say that two triangles are congruent, two triangles are congruent. Two triangles are congruent if the sides and angles of one triangle the sides and angles of one triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and angles of the other triangle. So you can define like this, comprehensive triangles. You can define like this. Two triangles are congruent. If two sides and angles of one triangle are respectively equal to two sides and angles of the other triangle. Is it clear to all of you? Is it visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we will take two triangles, ABC and PQR. So you can call this as triangle ABC. Then another one is PQR, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. So here, if I keep one triangle on the other, triangle ABC will coincide with the triangle PQR. The congruence symbol you have already learned. If I write like this represents the congruency. The symbol equal sign, and then over that, if you write like this, it represents congruence. So triangle ABC congruent. Here, if that is the case, what happens? Angle A should be equal to angle P, and angle B should be equal to angle Q. Then angle C should be equal to angle R. Then the side AB must coincide with the side PQ. Side BC should coincide with side QR, and AC must coincide with PR. AC must coincide with PR. Okay. So now triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. Suppose is congruent to triangle PQR means the corresponding parts. A corresponds to P, B corresponds to Q, C corresponds to the R. Okay. So whenever you are writing the triangles are congruent means you should write in the same order. Triangle A should be in first with corresponding to P only. First position A and P. The second position should be B and Q only. Third one should be C and R only. So you cannot write triangle ABC similar to congruent to triangle RQP. You cannot write like this. This is wrong. If A corresponds to P, B corresponds to Q, C corresponds to R means you cannot write the ABC and PQ as you like. So in order only you have to write proper order. Okay. Now let us see some of the diagrams here. I will take triangles like this. We can call this as A, B, C, P, Q, R. We can call this as D, E, F, and L, M, N. So on the measurements I will give you. This is 4.5 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. ABC is having the line segment 4.5, 4 centimeter, and then 5 centimeter. Then I will write like this. This one 5 centimeter, then 4 centimeter, and then this is 4.5 centimeter. Then PQR, I will write like this 4 centimeter, 4.5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. So now again another one I will write here. This is 5, 4, 4.5. Now tell me whether these figures are congruent or not. All the four. Are they
Yes, sir,
congruent
they
or
are
not?
congruent to each other.
Just you have to turn. You have to
Yes,
turn
sir.
the sides, then they will be congruent only. Okay. So measurement of the sides, you can see all are have the same length. Same length. Therefore, they can be called as congruent triangles. Now, in a congruent triangles, suppose two triangles are congruent. Triangle ABC, congruent to triangle PQR means. So I said angle A will be equal to angle P, angle B will be equal to angle Q, angle C will be equal to angle R. Another thing, AB will be equal to PQ, and BC will be equal to QR, and then AC will be equal to PR. So these are called as corresponding parts of the congruent triangles. We call them as these 6 parts are called as corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So they are called as corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So in short, we will write it as CPCT. Whenever we use these symbols like the CPCT, that shows that corresponding parts of congruent triangle. How many parts will be there corresponding parts? Here 6 pairs. 3 pairs of angles and 3 pairs of sides. Totally 6 pairs of corresponding parts will be there when we write the triangles are congruent. We call them as the corresponding parts of congruent triangle. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes,
You
sir.
understood what is the meaning of
Yes,
corresponding
sir.
parts of congruent triangles? Okay. Now, to show that the two triangles are congruent, I said two triangles
Yes,
should coincide with each other. Suppose if I take this is ABC, another one is PQR. So if I keep one triangle over the other triangle, both will coincide. I told both the triangles will coincide. Take triangle PQR and keep it on ABC, they will coincide each other. So because the corresponding parts are equal, A will coincide with P, so this will coincide with P, B will coincide with Q, and C will coincide with R. In the same way, AB with PQ, BC with QR, and AC with PR. All the corresponding parts will coincide each other. Now, my question is, to show that any two triangles are congruent, is it necessary to show all the 6 parts or some minimum parts? If I show that they are equal, so then the remaining will automatically becomes same. Automatically will be same. Let us check that. We call them as criteria for the congruence of triangles. So there is no need to show all the 6 parts. We have 6 parts which are corresponding parts of this congruent triangles. It is not necessary to show all the 6 parts are same to show the two triangles are congruent. So let us see now. I will take criteria for congruence of triangles. Criteria for congruence of triangles. As I said, it is not necessary to show all the 6 parts. Triangles. Okay, all the 6 parts are not necessary to show same. So now we can do one activity. Take 2 triangles with the measurements. Take 2 triangles with the measurements like this. This is one. Another one is with the same length. I take this is 3 centimeter and this is 3 centimeter. So if I give the condition, this is a line segment having 3 centimeter, this is a line segment having 3 centimeter. Now you can construct a triangle, 2 triangles with this common one side equal. You may get different types. See, one side will be like this, then other one it can be like this. Then this will be like this and this will be, may not be congruent. If one side, one condition, if I take only one side equal, see one side equal, one pair of sides are equal, then you cannot construct congruent triangles. Sometimes you may get in different triangles. So next another condition I will take. Instead of one pair of sides, so I will take one angle, one side and one angle equal. Now first I will take 3 centimeter line segment. So that means 3 centimeter line segment. So one pair of sides are equal. Okay. One pair of sides are equal. Then I am going to construct one angle here. Angle of 50 degree here. So I will take this is 50 degree. And then again another one here also 50 degree. See, I made 2 parts equal. So one pair of sides, one pair of angles I made equal. Okay. Now whether you will get the congruent triangles or not with this. So this one is, suppose if I take AB, this is PQ. Now if I join the other one, see sometimes I may join like this. This is R, but this one I can go little further. So like this if I join, you may get a different triangle. It is not fixing, these 2 measurements will not fix the triangle here. 2 measurements, 2 parts equal is not fixing the triangle. One part, forget, that is not at all possible. If I take one pair of parts equal, it will not fix the 2 triangles congruent. If I take 2 pairs of sides, 2 pairs means one pair of sides and one pair of angles, then also it is not fixing. See, you may construct like this with a different length. Here also 50 degree, here also 50 degree, here also 3 centimeter, here also 3. But third side is different. It is not fixing. Now I am going to take one more type. So now first condition is you take this is 3 centimeter, another triangle 3 centimeter. Okay, assume that both are 3 centimeter. Then angle 50 degree here and here also 50 degree. Okay. With these 2, it is not enough. Third type. Now I am going to take one more side from this is okay. This is AB. This is PQ. One more side I will take. This I will take 5 centimeter, and this also I will take 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter means exactly something you have to cut. You also have to cut. Then this is C. This is R. Now join this one. Now you tell me whether they will coincide with each other or not.
Yes, sir. They will
Yes,
coincide.
sir.
Yes, sir. They will go.
Yes,
What are
sir.
the parts that I took here? One pair of sides, then one pair of angles, then third one, another pair of sides. I took through 3 pairs. When I took 3 pairs, that is fixing the triangles congruent. That is fixing the triangles as congruent. Now you can write triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, this is called as SAS criteria. We call this as SAS criterion. So that means if I take 2 sides and 2 pairs of sides and 1 pair of angle equal, then the triangles are congruent. But while taking the angle, I have taken the angle which is an included angle here. We call this as an included angle because I have taken AB and AC are the two sides I have taken, and between that only we are having angle 50 degree. Now I am going to draw another type of triangles with these measurements only, 3 parts only. Now I take AB 3 centimeter. Okay. Then here also PQ 3 centimeter. Same measurements I am taking now. Now what I will do, I will take B angle 50 degree here. This is 50 degree and here P 50 degree. Okay. Then AC, so I will take 5 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter and again I will take 5 centimeter here. Now tell me whether this will fix the triangle or not. Both will fix the triangle or not. Tell me. Fix the triangles are congruent or not.
Sir, no, sir.
No, sir.
Instead of
No,
this
sir.
angle, this is 50 degree. It is not possible. It is not possible. You can do one activity today. You construct this type of triangles. This type of triangles. You do an activity. So here I have taken one pair of sides equal. Second one pair of angles equal here also. Third one, another pair of sides also I have taken. So here also SAS only, SAS, not SAS. So I will tell you what is the difference. Here also I have taken 2 pair of sides and 1 pair of angle. Here also same thing, but here it is fixing congruent, but here it is not congruent. What is the reason for that one? Because the angle that I have taken here is not the included angle. So here this angle is not an included angle. Not an included angle. It is not an included angle. But here this is included angle. This angle is included angle. Included angle means that angle should be in between the given 2 lines. Here given 2 lines are different and the angle is different. It is not in between the 2 given lines in the second case. Whereas in the first case, the angles which are given are in between the 2 given line segments. 3 centimeter and 5 centimeter line segments are there. Now, from these 2 line segments only that angle is formed. That's why it is called as an included angle. Here, the second case, so this angle 50 degree is not formed by the 3 centimeter and 5 centimeter line segments. So you will get a different triangles with this measurement. These 2 measurements will not give you the congruent triangles. Is it clear? So you will not be having a triangles with SSA or ASS. So these 2 possibilities are not there. Only we have SAS congruence criterion. We have only SAS congruence criterion. Just if you will say 2 pairs of sides and 1 pair of angles are equal means it will not fix the triangles congruent. What is necessary to say? What is necessary to say?
Included
Sir, the angle must be the included angle.
It should be
Included angle. You must mention this included angle. So it should be an included angle only. If 2 pairs of sides and an included angle are equal, then we can call the triangles are congruent. Then all the remaining parts will be equal. What are the remaining parts with this? If I take these 2 triangles are congruent based on SAS, they have given 2 sides equal, 2 pairs of sides equal, 1 pair of angle equal. Then remaining how many parts will be equal? Remaining 1 pair of sides, 2 pairs of angles. Automatically they will be equal. There is no need to verify that one. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is it clear to all of you? So you can write this as axiom 7.1 like this. It is also called as SAS congruence rule. We call this as SAS congruence rule. SAS congruence rule. So what is the statement of SAS congruence rule? So we will write down this. Two triangles are congruent. Two triangles are congruent. Two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle angle of one triangle are equal to the two sides and the included angle of the other triangle. So this is the statement. We call this as SAS congruence rule or SAS congruence criterion. So side angle, side criterion. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So we'll take one small question, then I will finish this one. Rest class. Okay. One example question you take. In figure, OA is equal to OB. OA is equal to OB and OD is equal to OC. Show that triangle AOD congruent to triangle BOC. This is first one. In the second one, show that AD parallel to BC. And the diagram is like this. And it is given that in this diagram OA is equal to OB, then OD is equal to OC. These two sides are equal, and OA is equal to OB. So let us prove this one. Proof. Okay. So in triangle OBC and ODA, observe the corresponding chords in these two triangles. I can write triangle OBC. I write OB is equal to OA. OB is equal to OA. It is given in the data. And then I can write these two angles are equal. Can you tell me what is the reason? The angle I'm taking here.
What
Vertically.
was it? Yes.
So I will write angle BOC. Angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. So write the reason. Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are always equal. We have proved that one. Then one more pair of sides. It is given that is OC is equal to OD. This is also given. Now you tell me whether SAS can be applied or not. The angle is an included angle or not.
Yes.
The angle which is given included angle.
Sir, it is
Yes.
included angle.
So therefore I can write the triangle AOD is congruent to triangle. So the corresponding parts you have to write in the same order. See, OA will coincide with what side? OA will coincide with what side? Which are the equal sides for OA?
Sir, OB.
OB. That means A must coincide with B. So
Yes,
corresponding to A, I should write B only. So then O will coincide with O only. Therefore, which corresponds to O, we will write O only. Then D is left out. So D will coincide with the C. So therefore, we have to write in the same order. Triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. This one is the proof. As see, you cannot write AOD is equal to COB. AOD congruent to COB. You cannot write like that. So you have to write in the same order. Corresponding parts should be in the same order. By looking this, you should be able to identify which are the corresponding sides. The first two vertex you see this AO and the second triangle BO. Here, if I take OD, there it is OC. If I take first and last AD, there it must be BC. Okay. So we have proved the first one. Now I have to show that AD parallel to BC. This is the first part. Then let us go to the second part. So how I am going to show that AD parallel to BC? To show any two lines are parallel, we have only option. We have to show the corresponding angles equal, or alternate angles equal, or interior angles are supplementary. These are the only three options. Here you can find the alternate angles. See here, B coincides with which part? Angle B will coincide with which side? What is the corresponding
Angle
angle
A.
of B?
Sir, angle A.
A, corresponding part. So A is the corresponding part here. So I can write here. So angles, these two angles are equal. See, angle OBC is equal to angle OAD. Because CPCT. What is the meaning of CPCT?
Sir, congruent parts of
Parts of
Corresponding parts of congruent triangle.
corresponding parts of
Okay.
triangle.
See, but these two, look at this. I have shaded here. These two are what kind of angles? Look at this. BC and AD and BA as a transversal. But these two are alternate interior angles. Alternate angles. But these two are alternate angles. Once the alternate angles are equal, the lines must be parallel. Therefore, I can write AD is parallel to BC. I can write AD parallel to BC because the alternate angles are equal. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, any doubt in this question, you can ask me. Otherwise,